flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again.
In the clip we just heard, the prince and Cinderella sing about dancing as though it were flying. Although the dancing couple never leaves the ground visually, we feel that they have taken flight. Dance as flight is a common visual metaphor in partner dance scenes, but what about these scenes evokes the feeling of flight? Throughout this video, we'll look closely at 4 partner dance scenes from recent film to find out. One way that these scenes invoke the feeling of flight is using meter to create a sense of weightlessness and timelessness. Meter that divides time in groups of 2 frequently accompanies repetitive work such as marching. This is because sustained labor tends to involve movement that alternates sides of the body. Meter that divides time into groups of 3 disrupts symmetrical left-right movement. Because of this, triple meter often accompanies leisurely activities such as dancing a waltz. A waltz's asymmetrical third step creates a swaying quality of movement, or lilt. All 4 of our case studies create lilt using triple or compound meter. In compound meter, each beat divides into 3 parts. In triple meter, each measure divides into 3 beats. This lilt defies gravity, creating a sense of weightlessness. In addition to feeling weightless, partner dance scenes also feel like moments when time has stopped. Listen to this example and notice how we lilt away from the downbeat but constantly fall back, moving endlessly forward while seeming to progress nowhere. Notice how the visuals reinforce this idea. Our characters move continually forward, yet trace a circle with their footsteps. The expanding translucent sphere and suspended glowing flecks reference planets and stars, as though we and the characters are no longer bound to the linear passage of life on the ground. This notion has been described as lyric time, a present that is always present. Timbre conveys a sense of flight in these scenes in another way. Listen to this example and think about how the sound quality makes you feel. To me, these timbres are uplifting. The plucked strings and tambourine sound shimmery and atmospheric. The electric bass and timpani sound bouncy and playful. The sustained strings and synth make me want to spin with my arms outstretched. Together, they sweep me off my feet.
Oh, so many stars.
A tool that allows us to talk about this phenomenon is the sound envelope. A sound envelope maps a sound's contours as it unfolds over time. How loud is the sound at its onset? How quickly does it decay? What is the shape of its sustain and release? In these scenes, timbral shape is especially powerful because it can reference other embodied experiences. For example, it has been scientifically shown that many listeners associate abrupt percussive sounds with jagged shapes or movements. I propose 3 categories of sound envelopes that reference flight-like aspects of dance in these scenes: sparkling, lyrical, and buoyant. Sparkling timbres are ephemeral and high. Their function is textural, atmospheric. They are characterized by several sharp attacks that each quickly decay, sustain briefly, and gradually fade, such as wind chimes, music boxes, and sometimes pianos and harps. These sonic envelopes remind us of twinkling stars, inviting us to imagine a dance that ascends to the heavens. For example, consider the piano and wind chimes in The Witcher. Lyrical timbres are song-like. We often hear them in melodies. They have soft attacks, subtle decay, and long malleable sustains, such as sustained choral voices or strings. These timbres make us think of the smoothness of both flight and dance, of gliding and spinning. Low strings and brass illustrate this effect in La La Land. Buoyant timbres are rounded and focused. We often hear them in the bass where they emphasize the meter. Their attacks are sharper than lyrical timbres, but softened by a decay that is slower than that of sparkling timbres. Their sustain and release are full but tapered. Buoyant timbres remind us of the dancer's play with gravity and the rebound of downbeats, inviting us to imagine the dancers pushing away from the ground. The timpani and electric bass in this excerpt from WALL-E are buoyant timbres. So why do these dance scenes feel flight-like? In part because of the music's meter. Triple and compound meters create a feeling of weightlessness with lilt and a sense of timelessness with lyric time, a presence that is always present. And timbre also contributes to the feeling of flight here. Sparkling, lyrical, and buoyant timbres evoke the starry sky, a gliding flight path, and a playful upward push against gravity. Even when our characters never visually leave the ground, timbre and meter tell us they are dancing, they are flying.